guys, so it is 11:30 p.m. and today was my first day of emergency medicine, and my first day of shift was from 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So I just finished, and as you can see, I'm back at my home school for my EM rotation, and yeah, I'm just getting my bike here, and I saw this little cat. And she is so cute. Apparently, the officer told me that it's a runaway cat, and she's been, just hanging around the campus. And I think people have been like feeding her, and she's really cute. Like, seriously, isn't she the cutest thing? I almost feel bad for leaving, but anyways, maybe I'll see her again tomorrow. Hi! You're so cute! Alright, I gotta get home though. I'll see you guys tomorrow.
Donations. In news time to 11 from the Mavis Discount Tire Traffic Center, here's Greg Wright.
Crazy.
What you need to know about the bridges and tunnels, Verrazano status quo, which is a no
time until you miss something.
What's that? Is that the best you can?
Hey guys, I just finished my ED shift again. It's at 3 p.m. to 11 p.m. So today was day 2, and I'm about to head home. Hola! I just switched out of my scrubs because I just feel like I don't want to wear it. Going home. So now I'm calling an Uber today. Normally I'd bike home, but as you saw earlier, we had like a huge storm today, and there were trees everywhere, so I couldn't bike. So I Ubered here, and now I'm like, I don't want to take the bus either because it's literally midnight. So I'm gonna Uber back home as well. So yeah. I'll see you at home, and I'll tell you about how the day went today. So I just got home from my ED shift, and today is my second day. General thoughts, I feel very drained after every ED shift I've ever been on, and I realized then and there that emergency medicine was not for me. I think we were only there for we were supposed to be there for 6 hours, but I think 2 hours passed and I felt like it was eternity already. I think it's just because there's a lot of things going on. You're always kind of like multitasking and doing a lot of things constantly. There's not that much downtime, and even when there is downtime, you can't really treat it like downtime because you don't know when the next patient will come in or a next trauma come in, so you're never really fully relaxed. So yeah, I always feel super drained after the shift, not necessarily in a bad way, but just like tired, like really tired. You're working your body and your mind nonstop for 8 hours. Other things I've noticed, the general vibe of ED residents have efficiency to them. They triage patients, like make sure the most life-threatening things are kind of ruled out, and then it's like boom, 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 like next. And if you're in an ED, you're gonna be trained that way. You want to make sure that if there are any life-threatening emergencies, that they get taken care of right away. So that is definitely the general vibe I felt through most of the residents I've worked with. They also tend to like walk really fast, and I'm not someone who's like used to walking fast, so I've been definitely getting used to that, and sometimes I just like literally run after them. And I've seen a lot of pretty interesting cases. Not so much in the general ED unit that I've been on today, but yesterday for some reason I scheduled my schedule to put myself on the trauma unit on day 1. So that was definitely a learning curve. Literally on my first day of ED, I saw a patient who fell 10 feet doing construction, and then he was on a harness, so the harness caught him, but he slammed into the wall. And another patient who came in who had multiple stab wounds, and he literally had like his bicep, his arm was cut, and you can see his biceps like hanging there. So that was yeah, it was like from 0 to 100. But today I was in the regular ED department, so I saw the normal like abdominal pains, the chest pains, and very interestingly I also saw a few vaginal bleeds. That was very cool. And yeah, so that was my day, and we'll see how tomorrow goes. I'm gonna have some food and then catch up on my emails and then wind down and go to bed, and I'll see you tomorrow. Alright guys, I'm heading to the hospital now. I will see you when we get there. Hey guys, so I just got to school, and as you can see, it is super sunny out today, which is crazy because there was a huge storm yesterday. Today is day 3 of EM, so let's see what patients we get to see today. I'm gonna change quickly and then walk to the hospital. Hey guys, so I just am out on a break. It is 8:30, and I didn't actually do that much today. The only interesting thing I did was help an orthopedic doctor reduce an arm fracture. I've never done that before, and it was cool to see her make the splint. And yeah, the patient was in a lot of pain. Not surprisingly. But right now I'm just taking a break. The doctor let me go and eat. So I'm just gonna sit out here for a bit and then go back in. Okay, finally finished another day. It literally felt like forever again. I don't think it was as organized as yesterday. So like I saw one patient, and then for the next 3 hours I literally sat around and did nothing. It was horrible because it made the time go by even slower. But then as you heard earlier, I was called to help out with a reduction of a humeral fracture, which was really cool. And then afterwards I saw like 2 more patients. One, which was also cool, he had a pneumothorax, and I was able to hear the decreased breath sounds. And then the last patient I saw had like a toe infection. But 2 patients today where I definitely heard or I found physical exam findings that were in line with what my thinking of the diagnosis was, and ultimately was diagnosed. So I think like it's kind of exciting. I diagnosed my first 2 patients today, like ever. And I think you get to do that in emergency medicine because you are the first person to see the patient, whereas in other rotations, like internal medicine, you're not, when you see the patient, there's already like a large backstory, and most of the time the diagnosis has already been made, and that's why they're being transferred to your unit or your team, and you're kind of there to manage and treat the problem rather than diagnose. So it was really cool that today I was able to see 2 patients who I was able to diagnose the issue with. And yeah, it's exciting. So now I'm really tired again, and I'm walking to my bike, and I'm gonna bike home. So when I get home, I'll tell you more about the humeral fracture. Morning, guys. So I fell asleep when I got home yesterday because I was super tired, and I had to wake up early this morning because we have lecture at 8 a.m. Quickly about the fracture before I go get ready. It was really cool because I've never actually seen a reduction before, and the resident basically was preparing the cast, what they call the splint, and it's made out of plaster. And so she was preparing it, and then once she starts wetting it, it'll get wet, but then immediately it'll start hardening. And apparently the warmer the water, the faster it'll harden. What she needed help with was basically it was a cast around the arm. So and she was like, the most important part is this area under the armpit, because when the arm breaks, it has a tendency to break outwards. So basically what she had to do is while keeping the cast on, she had to push the arm inwards towards the body. So instead of having a varus, the bone can go like this and get a valgus kind of towards the body, because that's in order to reverse the fracture, or at least like make the fracture straight. So I was pulling these bandages this way while she was putting the padding down here, and I was pulling this way, and it was crazy. I've never seen someone in so much pain. He was screaming, and he knew it was gonna hurt, but I think like it was just like the pain was too much, and he actually jumped out of bed, and we had to follow him. Like, we had to follow with him because we couldn't let go, otherwise the plaster would be ruined and she'd have to do it all over again, and it would just be bad for both the resident and the patient. But he was definitely like screaming in pain, and it really felt like we were like jujitsuing this patient, because she had her arm like pushing against his arm to make sure it was like going in and not falling out, and I was following with the patient to like be pulling these strings around him. Yeah, it was definitely an interesting experience. Yeah, I really didn't have that much exposure to ortho, and yeah, it seems pretty cool. So just wanted to share that story, and now I'm gonna go get ready and go to our lecture that's on Zoom, and I'll see you afterwards. It's been so long since I've been back to this park for a run. So yeah, finally back today. It's crazy. I feel like these past few months I haven't actually been running like that long distance. So today I actually feel a little more tired than usual, going around the normal circular path around this park. But yeah, I'll get my endurance up slowly. And it's also less hot than yesterday, which is nice. So now I'm gonna run back home and shower and then start my day. I also got a blister here. My sneakers are too tight. It hurts. Hello. So I just showered and I'm eating some grapes. Can't speak. And now I'm going to do some work. Yesterday, after my didactics, I basically fell asleep. I took a nap, and then I like after our lecture in the morning, I was like kind of feeling weird because I went to sleep at like 1:30 the day before, woke up at like 7ish, so I didn't get too much sleep, but I wasn't tired. But I felt kind of this weird, like I don't feel like I'm up yet, but I don't feel I'm tired. I didn't even feel hungry, but I ate some food anyway. And after like a pretty large meal, I started feeling sleepy. So I fell asleep. I was like watching online med ed, and then I fell asleep watching online med ed. And then I woke up to do our simulation. And I think under normal circumstances, we'd have our simulation in person with a patient, and possibly we'd be like doing hands-on stuff, placing IVs and putting on monitors and things like that. But I think that's normally what we would do, but because we're all quarantined and we're kind of having these lectures via Zoom, our simulation session became more of a facilitator impersonating a patient, and all of us trying to like get the history and tell her what we would do by mouth rather than actually physically doing it. So I did that, and after that I was kind of like, okay, what do I do now? I had a bunch of things I had to check off my to-do list. I finished my write-up and I handed that in, and then I did half of the work for our case presentation we have this month. And now today I have to work on my research. I was supposed to have a phone call with a colleague, but he ended up staying at the hospital really late, so I wasn't able to call him. So hopefully we can have a conversation about the research and data over the weekend. But today I'm going to start doing some literature review for the paper, and then possibly end this day, not really, because I have a EM shift tonight at 11 p.m. So probably like end the studying session by probably watching some online med ed again. Yes. Tonight I have a overnight EM shift from 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I'm kind of nervous about it because I always am nervous about overnight shifts for whatever reason. I don't know why. I think if it's every night, every day, I'm less nervous because it's like my sleep cycle's still normalized. But I think having it switch back and forth from night and day gives me like anxiety, because I feel like I end up forgetting things more easily because the schedule isn't the same, and I have this constant fear of like, oh my god, I'm gonna miss a shift, or like, and even when I do go and I come home, I just get disoriented. I'm like, okay, what am I supposed to do now? I think a lot of people like that kind of shift work, but for me, I think I like going to work at the same time every day, regardless if it's in the morning or night. So yeah, but I'll take you guys along with me tonight when I go, and then we'll see if it's busy like it usually is, or if it's actually quieter at night. It is a Friday evening, so I don't know how that will affect how busy the ER is. So I'm going to do some work, and I'll check back in with you guys later. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to mention that causes me to like kind of be disoriented is that I end up not eating at the same time every day. And so like I kind of forget to eat, because when I'm working, I don't have that much time to eat. And then like when I come home, I usually eat when I come home, but if I don't eat, then like it goes into the next day, and I wake up and I'm not necessarily hungry. And so like I think it also confuses me, like the fact that my sleeping schedule is all not synchronized and my eating schedule is not synchronized. It's like a double whammy on like my body's circadian rhythm. Hey guys, so I am getting ready to go to the hospital now. It is 10:15 and my shift starts at 11, so I'll get there around 10:45, 10:50, just about when sign out is. And I'm not wearing scrubs because I usually put my scrubs in a bag, and when I get to the hospital, I change into the scrubs, and then before I leave the hospital, I change out of my scrubs and put the scrubs in the bag, just so that whatever contaminant that occurred when I was in the emergency room kind of stays in the bag and doesn't really touch my other stuff. I also clean my stethoscope constantly, like after every patient I see, and my stethoscope is in, I put it in a plastic bag too. So yeah, I'm gonna head out and I'll see you at the hospital. Hey guys, so I got to school and I'm heading to the ER. I have 10 minutes, so a little bit tight. I'll try to, if I have time, I'll try to like record some stuff in the hospital, but if not, I'll see you in the morning. Oh, by the way, I also like brushed my teeth and everything, so I'm ready for bed, but I'm gonna be working tonight. See you later. Hey guys, I just finished my first night shift in ED and I'm on my way home now. I'm not gonna lie, I am pretty tired and I feel like my brain just like functions more slowly. It's not like I'm sleepy, but my brain is just like slow. But anyways, I'm gonna bike home and then I will rest for the Hey guys! So it is Sunday night and I went for a run again. There were actually a lot of people in the park. I think there was some sort of festival or something and it was like lots of people gathering. It was pretty chaotic. I wonder if I'll see any of those people in the ED tonight because I have my second night shift in the ED and luckily it's also my last. I only have a total of 2, thank goodness. So yeah, I'm gonna finish running back home and we'll see what the ED brings tonight. Hey guys, just got to the ED. I'm gonna change real quick and then head in. Alright, so I'm just... Yes, thank you! Hey guys, so right now it is 6 a.m. and in the evenings we're never really that busy, so but today was busier than the last night shift. So there was a steady stream of patients coming in and I was seeing patients with asthma exacerbation, another one with leg pain, and the first patient that I saw today was interesting. He had really bad testicular pain and we needed to rule out testicular torsion, and he ended up having most likely an STI that ended up with orchitis. So that was interesting, but mostly I was kind of like seeing patients, and then today I was able to help the resident write some notes, so that's good. But yeah, I'll see you guys later when I head home, okay? Hi! So it is the end of my night shift and I get to walk out to a super beautiful morning. It is definitely humid out, but I like it. Keeps my skin moist. And yeah, I don't even feel that tired because I think 2 days of staying up at night, my schedule has gotten used to night shift. The resident I worked with today was super nice and he let me out like 30 minutes early, so I don't even have to round with the other team. And yeah, basically I end up getting out like an hour early, which is super nice. Okay, so I am going to go home now, head to Jersey because I have 4 days off before I continue with my ED shifts. So I'm gonna go to Jersey and hang out with Div for those 4 days. So this is gonna be the end of my ED shifts, week of ED shifts, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.